What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to 25 Family Guy deleted scenes that were too much for TV. I don't know if this video... Oh, I disliked it. I don't know if this video... It's got a lot of dislikes. Flipping now. 22k. I don't know if this video is like clickbait in terms of if this actually was not shown or they were deleted scenes from TV, or if it's just sort of trying to bait me in, which I'm assuming would be the case because I see the dislikes. I'm just guessing a lot of these scenes actually haven't been taken. But still, I guess it's just going to show sort of the most risky jokes on Family Guy, just the craziest things that you probably shouldn't see on TV. I don't know. We're going to see. I mean, Family Guy is a show that's always going to have this just on the edge sort of humour, dark humour, all this kind of stuff. And I mean, I like it. I find it funny, but I know it's not for everyone. And maybe the world that we're in now made them get rid of it. But we're going to get into this. Hopefully going to enjoy. And that's pretty much it. To be honest. Shout out to my Instagram, my Twitter, links in the description for those who want to follow me. Save my Patreon, links all there for those who want to see some more videos that I post that I can't post to YouTube because they get blocked, etc. Links are all there for that too. But let's jump into this, man.
Family Guy has never held back when it comes to pushing boundaries, and we love them for that. Rather than shying away from edgy jokes, they run headlong into them and let the viewer decide if they really want to stick around for the ride. But sometimes, the network just can't deal, and some of the craziest scenes wind up on the cutting room floor. Lucky for you, we've swept them right back up. Sometimes scenes are cut for content reasons, and some are clearly just way too long to make it to air. But one Season 6 deleted scene was very obviously cut for what it contains, as the bit itself is barely 5 seconds long. Peter comments on needing a tattoo removed and rolls up his sleeve to reveal a tattoo that says, "Black people make me uncomfortable." No wonder he wants that one gone, and no wonder they didn't want to let that little moment onto TV either. In the Season 12 episode, Baby Got Black, Peter, Quagmire, and Joe make a...
The fact that they take it off TV makes them sort of... It shows that they're aware of what they've done. So surely they just... The person who sort of writ that in or whatever is just maybe like, wait, why did I do this? Because why would you write it in and then you see it and then you take it away from TV? Was it like the reaction of people? I guess. I don't really know.
A bet as to which one of them can stay awake the longest. Things go all right until 62 hours in, when the guys really start to lose it and begin hallucinating.
I've seen this one. Doesn't like he become a toilet and girls sit on him or something?
In a truly disturbing and
no, maybe not.
surprisingly
It's just Quagmire, right? I thought it was going to do something wrong. Why did I think of that?
Graphic deleted scene, Quagmire hallucinates Peter's butt turning into a fly and attacking him. In reality, Peter was himself hallucinating that Quagmire was a toilet, which managed to stay in the episode. The fly transition, however, definitely did not make it to TV. Another joke in Season 12 might have proven just too hot button for the Fox network's liking, and the fact that they cut this bit is not really all that surprising. Peter sets up a classic Family Guy cutaway gag by telling Chris about the time he was Roe's boyfriend. We don't know who Roe is until it reveals that Peter is in the middle of the famous Supreme Court case, Roe v. Wade. When the court rules in favor of Roe, Peter is delighted and tells his very pregnant girlfriend to... Everyone was thrilled to see Cleveland return to Family Guy, no one more so than Peter himself. But when their wives don't get along, Peter and Cleveland are forbidden to see each other, so they start sneaking out to the country to do so. In a long deleted scene, we see the two of them meeting at a cabin, and each time they one-up each other with the drugs they bring to the hangout. First beer, then pot, then acid, crystal meth, and finally, Peter brings 10 rounds of chemotherapy, which for some reason they...
Oh my days. Oh. What the fuck?
Partake in. Poor Meg. She really just can't catch a break. But maybe by deleting this pretty brutal scene, the network was actually giving her one, for once. In a one-off gag in Season 12, an old-timey nemesis of Stewie's shows up as the family is eating dinner and attempts to shoot him. While he just grazes Stewie's arm, Meg ends up taking the bullet right between the eyes. She dies and lies there bleeding from the head in front of everyone. Of course, none of the family paid
flipping out. What the fuck?
Any attention and completely ignores poor Meg. There's nothing Family Guy loves more than a seemingly random setup for a good cutaway gag. But maybe this one was just a bit too much to air on TV. When commenting on Joe's grilling, Peter says that the burgers he's cooking are still colder than an Asian in-law. They then cut to a white guy being harshly questioned by his Asian father-in-law about his education, job, and yearly salary. The father is bluntly critical until he finds out how much his son-in-law makes per year year, before cheering right up after he finds out it's quite a lot. Brian has had a lot of girlfriends over the years, but perhaps his biggest heartbreak was Jillian, the sweet but not so bright blonde voiced by Drew Barrymore. In a deleted scene, when Peter is getting to know Jillian and what kind of wedding she wants, he asks her if she wants a Jewish wedding. When Jillian asks why she'd want that, Peter reveals that he was sneakily trying to find out if she was hiding the fact that she was Jewish. It's pretty questionable why he would even care whether she was or wasn't. We all know that Dr. Hartman is pretty much the worst doctor out there, and really the last person you'd want operating on you. In one particular deleted scene, he really proves why. While Lois is in the hospital, Dr. Hartman enters the room chewing on something. When Peter asks what it is, Hartman actually says it's Lois's tumor, and that a hazard of working in the cancer ward is getting addicted to them. Of all the gross things Family Guy has ever done, they may have seriously outdone themselves with that one. Family Guy isn't known for being very sensitive when it comes to issues about race, but at least they tend to make fun of literally everyone evenly. Even still, some jokes prove too much to let on network TV. Like this one about a girl Brian brings home named Mina. Peter is wowed by how exotic she looks, and when he finds out that she is half Indian and half African American, he says it was smart of her family to breed out the breathing problems. Thankfully, Brian cuts him off before he can explain further. In the episode
Wait, what? Breed out the... Wait.
Half Indian and half African American, he says it was smart of her family to breed out the breathing problem.
I mean, I guess because... I don't really know what he means. Because she was half Indian? And, like, you know how it was... How they were treated and stuff? I don't really know what... I kind of know what you mean, but I don't know the exact thing that they mean. But I know it's very derogatory towards those races.
Thankfully, Brian cuts him off before he can explain further. In the episode Spies Reminiscent of Us, Stewie and Brian wind up following Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase to Russia. While complaining that they have made a terrible mistake, Stewie says that coming to Russia was a worse idea than a leper colony doing the hokey pokey. What follows is the single saddest version of the song and dance that you've ever seen, with limbs falling all over the place and the group looking like they're on death's door. Why they would ever decide to give the hokey pokey a try in the first place is beyond us. The episode where Quagmire finds out that he has a baby daughter made everyone a little nervous. After all, Quagmire has a pretty questionable history with women. But one joke in particular proved just a little too much for TV. When Lois and Peter try and help Quagmire learn to change a diaper, Peter comments that Anna has made a big one. Quagmire responds that she does it for free now, but when she's 21, she'll charge extra for it. It's bad enough as is, but the fact that he's talking about his daughter, yikes!
Oh my
Religion has
God.
never been a topic that Family Guy is afraid to tackle, especially when it comes to Jesus.
I love
Not
Jesus,
only does he
don't
visit
I?
Quahog in person, but he's actually kind of a loser when he does. In the episode where the guys try and help Jesus have his first time, he tries picking up a series of women. One moment was cut, and we bet we know why. He tries out a pickup line on one blonde that doesn't go so well. Just watch it. Usually, Family Guy jokes don't make it to air because they're deemed a little too dirty or inappropriate for network audiences. But sometimes, and in the case of this one, the joke might just be a little too real. When Peter and the guys get trapped inside an attic together, Peter says that they are locked in a cramped, sweltering room with inhumane conditions, and that the only thing to do is to build some iPads. It's one of those jokes that actually hurts.
Oh my... Oh no. Oh. He's on like sweatshops and stuff, isn't he? What the?
That's the reality it's representing. The episode in which Peter has a stroke was already seriously controversial for its time, so it's pretty surprising that there were any jokes that didn't make it to air. But one of Stewie's
Shut his hand in the
was
car.
apparently just too far for the network censors, and never made it to broadcast. It features Stewie comparing Peter's disturbing appearance post-stroke to a bad idea hooker, and cuts away to a woman on the street proposing a series of things to passing men that are indeed very bad ideas. Seth MacFarlane has been pretty open over the years about his atheist beliefs, and he isn't shy about working them into the show whenever he can, even if sometimes they don't make it past censors. One in particular leaves nothing to the imagination about his feelings about religion. It features a Christian missionary visiting what looks like a secluded tribesman. The two have a very blunt conversation in which the missionary tries to convince the man to learn all about his imaginary guy, and leaves him a Bible, which he calls some made-up material. Joe has always had a bit of a rough go of it on the show, as much as he tries to make the best of it. When he writes a book called The Hopeful Squirrel, it seems like things might just be looking up. But in one seriously dark deleted scene, it doesn't seem quite as optimistic. In the scene, Joe accidentally runs over a squirrel with his wheelchair, destroying its bottom half. Just as he is about to teach it that it will be okay, a gunshot is heard, and we see that the squirrel has killed itself. Yeesh. Mort,
How do you even write the stuff
and
into
resident
it?
Jewish character on the show, has taken his fair share of hits over the 17 seasons that Family Guy has been on the air. But it seems that sometimes it's just a little too much. When Brian becomes a realtor, he is looking for someone to buy a property at the Drunken Clam when Mort enters. Brian asks if he knows anyone with money. Mort says yes. Brian asks if he knows anyone who is willing to spend money, and Mort says no, before stealing all of the peanuts and leaving. Why is Quagmire the way he is? Well, a deleted scene offers a pretty obscene answer. When Quagmire's mom shows up while he's in the middle of a court case, she offers some insight into why he is the way he is. One particular scene was cut which took things just a little too far. Literally right after Quagmire's birth, the doctor asks Mrs. Quagmire how she feels. And, well, she doesn't have the reaction you might think. She has the doctor put Quagmire back in and out, and yeah. Apparently the
What? Wait.
The doctor asks Mrs. Quagmire how she feels. And, well, she doesn't have the reaction you might think. She has the doctor put Quagmire back in and out.
What the hell? How is that allowed to teach? That is nuts. That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Apparently the episode we just mentioned was over the top in more ways than one, as another deleted scene from it was just a bit too much to air. While Quagmire is being questioned in court, he says that his mother not only had an affair with Stephen Hawking, but actually gave him the idea for his theory on black holes. The episode cuts to Professor Hawking giving a lecture and describing a black hole in serious detail, though it's pretty clear he isn't talking about space. We know that Stewie's feelings about murdering people are pretty relaxed, and we've seen him do it on more than one occasion. But one particular deleted scene was apparently a step too far for Fox. While Joe soaks in his hot tub, supported by 4 water wings, Stewie takes out a sniper rifle and shoots holes in each of the floaty devices. While Joe slowly drowns and calls out to Bonnie, we see her standing at the back door, watching and doing nothing to help. It's been clear since the first time we met him that Stewie isn't a regular baby, which has been known to get him into trouble on more than one occasion. Like,
can't believe he's just shooting his his what are they called again? I can't remember what they're called. His support things. I don't know how they're called.
He isn't a regular baby, which has been known to get him into trouble on more than one occasion. Like this deleted scene, which gives creepy Herbert a run for his money. Stewie mentions that he is shooting an episode of the show Catfish, and then it cuts to the man he's been catfishing. Rather than hoping that he is on his way to meet another adult, the man is a little too excited at the idea that he's on his way to court a baby. Tom Tucker gets away with saying things on the news that pretty much no other anchor alive would be able to. But even he goes too far for the Fox network, apparently, as it is clear in this deleted scene. When delivering a story about a panda bear in the Quahog Zoo who is sick with tater tot poisoning, he gives a quote by the Chinese ambassador. But instead of a real quote, he just spouts a string of Asian stereotypes like Tiger Bomb, Make Fu Young, and Practice Your Piano Math. Some people might think the jokes about the Holocaust
I want to see the. I just realized it's not showing the actual clips, which is
are still too taboo for TV. And seeing as how this one scene was cut from the broadcast, the network might agree. It starts off with Meg making a comment that the world was too slow to respond to the Holocaust before cutting to Peter solemnly agreeing. After a few seconds of silence, he says that they've now earned a joke about an anti-Semitic pigeon, and cuts away to a gag about a couple of birds badgering 2 very stereotypical men having lunch. Peter is an honest guy, sometimes so much so that it gets him into trouble. In this deleted scene, Brian sets up a cutaway of Peter giving a deposition by saying that he never knows what he's doing, and is quickly proven right. While sitting in a room full of lawyers, Peter casually goes over the details of a time when he had time to kill in a hotel room, and things get honest and graphic pretty quickly. Of course, it turns out that they had simply asked him to identify his signature in the first place. And while we'll never side with censorship, this scene that was cut from an episode in Season 6 is a real doozy. We open on Stewie putting together a sniper rifle, talking to Rupert about doing his community service, which it turns out is killing the, shall we say, working woman leaving Quagmire's
Okay, I've seen
house.
this one.
And it doesn't stop there.
And he takes her back in, bro. This one is mental. He sees her get shot and he drags her back
When she's
in.
dead, rather than being shocked by it, Quagmire gets excited and starts dragging her back inside. Thankfully, he has a change of heart, but we're not so sure that makes up for the rest of the scene. For all the reasons the Family Guy has to leave
Oh my days. I've actually seen that one, so I mean, now I see it, I know why it was here. Like, now I've seen it in this list. But flipping hell, man. I wish it sort of showed these clips, but I guess it would have probably got the video demonetized or something, so this channel didn't want that. I was hoping for a scene compilation here, no narration. I guess there's copyright behind it. That's probably the reason, to be honest. Or to avoid it getting blocked or whatever. The voiceover clown should work for Mojo. He's got their unique brand of annoying down. He's a natural. The bird turning into a fly was literally the only one of these scenes that did not make it to TV. I saw the rest of them on TV. Oh. When Megan gets shot in the head, it's known as the Kenny episode. It's homage to South Park. Really? What, because Kenny's... Wait, why? Why is that? I don't know that. Because I know Kenny's always like sort of... He always dies in South Park, so maybe it was just comparing how Meg's like that in Family Guy. I don't really know, but hopefully you guys enjoy this one. More of these reactions of the way. Again, sorry if there wasn't the scenes or whatever. Again, I can't really help that. But still, I still find that stuff interesting to see. And I mean, suggest some more videos like this you want to see in future. But yeah, until next time. Like, subscribe. Peace.